Look at verse 58 again. There's a lot in this one verse. It says, when thou goest with thine adversary to the magistrate, as thou art in the way, give diligence that thou mayest be delivered from him, lest he hale thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee the officer, and the officer cast thee into prison. So kind of a little parable here that everybody at the time would understand. It's a little bit foreign to us, but a magistrate was like a lower judge. And he says, imagine you're being sued because you owe somebody some money. And that the person that's suing you is walking with you to a magistrate, to this lower judge for arbitration. And if you get there, that magistrate might find in your opponent's favor and might pass you on to the judge. And the judge, he might declare you guilty. And in those days, that meant this. That meant that you would be put in prison until you paid off the very last cent of that debt. And so what was Jesus saying here? He's saying, if you owe someone something, you better do everything in your power to settle up before you face the judge. Right? Now notice a couple things about this little one-verse story here. The man's guilt is assumed. The man in this story is guilty. He does owe something. And the magistrate and the judge are both going to see that. Second, notice the punishment is severe. Prison, pretty severe punishment. It wouldn't be a short sentence either, because it says in the next verse, you'd stay there until you paid off the very last mite. So you're guilty. You're facing this long prison sentence. What do? Here's the answer. You do anything you can to settle up with your adversary, with the plaintiff, before you get to the judge. That's what you do. You make things right before it's too late to make things right. Now, it doesn't take too much imagination for us to get at what Jesus was kind of hinting at here. All of us are guilty before God. All of us are guilty before God. Every single one of us has a sin debt that we owe a holy God. And the punishment for that sin debt is not prison. Would that it was. The punishment for that sin debt is hell. It is eternal torment. It is, as Revelation calls it, the lake of fire prepared for the devil and his angels. And right now, all of us are on the way to see the judge. And we have this opportunity, this middle section, this thing we call life. We have this opportunity to settle up with God before we get to see the judge. And so you need to figure out how to take care of your sin debt before you meet the judge, before you meet God. And then, you know what? It just so happens that God has provided a way for you to take care of your sin, and that is Jesus Christ.